it's Dale here. Just my inspiration for this week was sort of inspired by last time when I was knitting this gauge 2 wire and sort of got me thinking about what I'd do. I was going to use it as a wrapping, but decided to make another little book. This is my sort of like pebbles, stones book, and each page is going to be on cardie paper, and then I'll join them all together. So far what I've done is to spray them all, colour them with some graphics and whatnot, and then over the top I put some scrim, and then I put my pieces on. So I'm sort of auditioning some of my bits and pieces and thinking about what I'll do. But for this one, this first page, I looked back at some of the scrappy pieces that I have done with weaving, pre-felts and other things like velvet that's been worked on the embellishing machine, and then scrim that's been all put together and pushed through the embellishing machine, so you get that wonderful texture. And then I had another one that I started in a class just to sort of give an idea of the sorts of things that I've been doing, bit of velvet going through. It's not anywhere near finished or anywhere started really. So this one here, I've used the same principle, and you can see the different, if you look close you can see the different textures. And then I've done some little gimps underneath, and I've covered them over to trap them, and a little bit of plaiting. And in preparation perhaps for the next one, I've started a little bit of knitting. And one of the things is I've got these little needles of different sizes to change the width of the needles so that it gets tighter and looser, and that might become a patch or a strip or something like that. And I've also got a few other things that I'm auditioning, like this is some water-soluble paper and some casting. I might put a flip down there of that. I've got some tags that I've made on sorted papers and coloured. They all sort of fit that theme. And I've got another piece here that I've stitched. So there's a little bit of pebbles and stones, and I might cut bits out of this and add them to a page. So there'll be about 12 pages, and they'll all end up being joined together and with things, but I'll show you that when I've got that far. On the back I've got another little piece here that's Kiernan felt. It's been stitched and burnt out with a soldering iron. So just some of the sorts of samples of things that I've done. But this is my lovely inspirational book for this week, and sometimes you get the most brilliant ideas from looking at what you've got. If it's not in nature, then this is a fabulous book that I've had for a long time. It's called The Stones of Venice, and just looking at the cover is enough to inspire you to get going. And it's been one of my favourite books for a long time. Back in 2003 I bought it, and I still pull out, look at the patterns that you have. You can do that yourself with various things for stitching or paperwork. Just the lovely images that are in there. And when we're in Venice, or anywhere that you go where it's much different civilization from ours, you can come across these sorts of things that are the writing that this has. And if you're taking your own photographs, this is another one of my super favourites. So it's like a raised tiles on the things, but look at the aged walls. And so you look around at what you have that you could use to make the work that you're doing. And there's some in here, like this one here. I've used this image quite a lot in raised work by layering and stitching and burning. It almost looks like it's got cobwebs around it, but it's that age sort of excitement, and the skylines and the images that you come across. This one here is another one that I love, and so you mightn't find them yourself when you're on holiday, but then again you might come across things like this. But you can make your own shapes just as an inspiration more than look at this bricks. Now our bricks look like that, our paving bricks, but how you could use the shapes. And look at this here, beautiful for stitching and rubbings and all sorts of things like that. And this one here is one that I absolutely adore, and I've played around at different times with things that look like this. So it's the tiles on the floor of one of the churches, I'm sure. But just especially, if you're doing especially patchwork and anything like that, or anywhere where you're wanting, look at what you've got and create the colours on, even working on calico and so on. So this is the sort of inspirations that I've got, the patterns and so on. Inspiration I've got for my little stones and book is sort of based on some of these types of things, and you know, there's lots of stuff that you can look at to inspire you into getting into this. So that's where I'm at. Look at this, that could well be my garden in the back outside, with the moss and stuff growing around it and the weeds. So that's my inspiration for this week. And when I finally get the book done, which I hope won't be too long, I'll show you it all and show you what I've done with them all. So have a great week. Bye.